Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special day. What is in the bag day? I have my first sponsor. I've had offers in the past and nothing resonated with me so far, but Temu approached me in December and they offered me the opportunity to pick out what is in here. I can't even remember what I got, but I know that the majority of it is reseller related. And I was pretty excited going through their website and picking out some things. So I'm going to share with you what I got. I'm going to give you my honest impressions of it. I'll probably pause the video and use a few of these and then edit it back in. But yeah, so this is a paid sponsor and sponsorship. I will give my honest opinions, and there will be information in the description box. You can download the app. They do offer free shipping and handling. They have up to 90-day returns, and they offer a $5 credit for late deliveries. So let's get started. And just so you can see that they do have a fulfillment. I did block out my address. I don't want any stalkers coming to my place. They do have a fulfillment in Canada. This came from Prince George. All right, so let's just... cannot even remember what I got. Teemu is one of those companies that have kind of come out of nowhere. They, I remember earlier this year, start seeing their online ads everywhere, and then I remember Maria saying, "Oh yeah, I'm hearing all kinds of things about people shopping on there." All right, first thing I got was an LED flashlight rechargeable. I don't know if it's gonna work. I might have to charge it. But you can never have enough flashlights as a reseller. Oh, this is a black light. That's right. That's right. Because I remember seeing a video, a reseller video, to find is it a special kind of glass. I think is it uranium? Man, I looked at this and now my eyes are blurry. But I have been wanting one of these. There's a special kind of glass that you need this kind of light. So this is exciting. Like, it feels nice. It's a USB charge. Yeah, like that. That's pretty sweet. I like that. All right. That's cool. I bought two of these because key finders. Because I am always losing my keys. And I remember these being pretty inexpensive. So I don't really like how big they are. But if they help me find my keys, that's a good thing. I'm going to put one on Maria. All right, this is another thing, another flashlight kind of thing. It's a headlamp. And this one again is USB charge. So let's see here. Okay, this is really bright. I just went downstairs and I used this, and I could have, all right, it's really bright, but I want to show you, this has two different modes of light, and then this goes away, and this has like two different modes. There was one of my best picks ever. It was in this very dim lit room. If I would have had this, it would have been amazing, because I literally lost my phone and my tablet at two different times. And it was so stressful because I literally thought it was so messy there, and the place was a mess. There was an accident there. There was a fire. The place was just devastated. But the upstairs where the guy was living, everything was for sale. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to see there's that mode. Oh, that's not that. So wait, there's this, that, and this. Sorry, that's really bright. And then another zone. That's awesome. I love this. I never buy myself toys. I just never do. You know, a lot of times I'm just thinking I'll find it eventually on a pick somewhere, but I'm super excited about this. And I wish they had an invoice because I don't really remember the prices of everything. But everything was really, really inexpensive. All right, next thing. Oh, I had to fulfill a quota. Got some shipping. Got a couple bundles of like small mailers. There was these, those mailers. There's another thing of mailers. Okay, next one. Now, if you don't know, the thing about Filipino culture is everyone wears slippers. Like lots of households, Filipino households, they literally have like slippers. They're called chinelas for when guests come over. So I got these. Let me try them on. Let me cut this off first. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Flip-flops, slippers with socks on. Nah, they're really comfortable. All right. Not necessarily reseller related, but gotta have slippers. All right, let's see. What's the next thing? Oh yeah, more envelopes. Just more envelopes. Oh yeah. Forgot about these. Okay. Just a couple. Okay, I got three gloves. All right, so I got some gloves. I personally love fingerless gloves. I don't know. There's just something about it. So these are really nice. They're really comfortable. All right. I got these. I got this pair. Let's see here. All right. What are special about these? Okay. I think... Oh, they got a zipper on them, for one. They got like grippy grip. I think you can use these with your phone. Yes, that's it. That was the thing about it. You can use them. You can use it with your phone. All right. They're very comfortable as well. And I was needing a pair of gloves. Okay, I had to stop the video because I wasn't sure how to put these on. Okay, I saw these. And I just thought, man, these are super cool. I got to have them because it almost feels like it's like a superpower. So they're a pair of gloves, right? Well, they're not really gloves, but they have like, they're basically lights. So again, like, tell me that's not super cool. I never would have bought myself these. I don't know exactly when I'm going to use them, but it's better than holding your phone when you're somewhere. So I'm definitely covered for all my flashlight needs. I think I had ordered a flashlight that maybe was out of stock, but the head flashlight. Oh no, that's the UV one. Oh, I looked at it again. All right, and this is just with Velcro. You just do that. So yeah, I'm really happy with all the gloves. They all serve different purposes. All right, there's that. And they all feel really nice, high quality too. Really super happy with these. Okay, the next one is, it's kind of for Maria. She does not like the heat. And so I got her this neck fan. I don't know how it works. Okay, so it's a neck fan. It's rechargeable, cordless. I'm gonna go see if I can get her to, I'm gonna give it to her, and I'm gonna see if I get her reaction, because this is really for her. Okay, I do have Maria. She's gonna make a guest appearance. I'm gonna give her the thing, but I wanted to talk about this. My rationale behind buying these is, if I'm ever like in a warehouse or somewhere looking in like comic long boxes or short boxes, and I need to be able to see, like, it's dimly. There's been numerous times where things have been dimly lit. I knew I had a very practical purpose for buying these, and these are actually perfect for, and there's two of them, but I don't need to put both of them on to demonstrate it. But it's just really cool little, I've never seen anything like this.
Hi guys, Jeff wanted to show you what I got from Temu. He got himself a whole bunch of stuff, and I got this lovely whirring machinery, which is a keep cool device that I could have used in Australia. And thank you, Jeff.
See, I got it for you, but I also got it for me, because I know when
I can't. What's that? I can't hear you.
I know when you overheat.
Say it again. Well, this is a really loud. Whoa! I think I'm heading for takeoff. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay, Maria did do a clip. It's on her phone, so she needs to send it to me. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to add it. All right, down to the wire. Last four things. Something that everybody needs: a charger, like a wireless charger base. I know that we are always fighting over chargers here, so this will come in handy. So yes, well, let's take it out and look at it. We never fight over anything. All right. Nice. Simple wireless base. Okay. A pillow. I did actually take it upstairs and try it out. Now, my first impressions when I got this was, I was hoping it was going to be a little bit bigger, but it's actually inflated a little bit more. And I used to use a pillow that was very, very flat, and then somehow I got away from it. And I've actually been having some neck issues lately. And so I'm actually really looking forward to it feels really nice. It feels nice quality. I would say if it was anything substandard, and I'm very happy with. I'm happy with everything right now. So there's two more things, and I actually I know that I ordered more of these. I ordered different sizes. It's basically just a light. I have like a couple metal cabinets that every time I'm trying to look in there, it's just really dark. So I saw these, and it's like an LED just light that you can basically just stick on. You can use these kind of things, and you can stick it like up, and then you just turn it on. I don't know how to turn it on, actually. Oh. I like that everything comes charged. So yeah, so I won't, like, if I'm going down, like I've got these certain magazines in this one metal shelf. Now, oh, and we got a flashing mode. Anyhow, this, I wish I don't know if they were out of stock or if they didn't realize that I had ordered at least 3 of these. Yeah, a lot of practical stuff. I got a lot of stuff that is just, aside from those cool gloves that I got, they're like my Spider-Man gloves. All right, last thing I got, I've talked about wanting to get one of these in past videos. I like to sell hats, and I got myself a steamer because I want to be able to reshape hats. Obviously, when hats are in better condition, you can sell them for more. So let's see here. And, you know, Maria will be able to use this as well. But this is the hat steamer. And I am excited to try this puppy out, to be able to go back and fix some of the hats that I already have listed and then raise the price on them because they'll be in better condition. I just need to figure out like the thing that I want to put it on. I know I've seen videos of like a hat shaped molder, but I think I have something that might work. But yeah, so everything that I got, I don't know exactly how much everything was, because I basically just picked out a bunch of stuff and then sent it to my contact there. And I know that I had ordered another flashlight, and I think that was out of stock, just like a normal flashlight. And I ordered some extra ones of these lights that you stick into the metal cabinets. And I think I had ordered some kind of like thermal stuff, but maybe they were out of stock because it was like a week or so before Christmas when I ordered everything. And I know that they were getting down in the wire with things. The other thing that I really like is everything, there's no batteries. Like everything is basically just USB. So like even this light is rechargeable. And I just think that's awesome. So yeah, other than that, I'm very happy. I think everything was probably, like everything that you see that I got was probably around 110, probably between 110 and 120, maybe closer on the low side. All right, so here is my call to action and what I'm gonna offer you guys. If you like any of this stuff, there's gonna be a coupon code. If you download the app, there's a coupon code below. And apparently you're going to get $100 coupon bundle. And when you follow the link, all the products are actually in there. I didn't even realize that until just now. So and then you could also select, I'm guessing you can select other products if there's other things that you're interested in. But yeah, I thought you were just going to get like directed to the app to go buy stuff, but you're gonna get a $100 coupon bundle. That's pretty cool as well. So check that out. All the information will be below. And yeah, thanks for checking this out. Okay, so I was just going over the products again. I was just kind of look at them, and I wanted to point something out about this key finder. So I didn't know what exactly it was. I just whistle, right? So if you whistle, then it'll do that. Now, I will say if there was one drawback is it doesn't have the best range, right? So you don't know where, you don't know where you lose your keys, right? So if it's like stuck in a couch, it might not hear it. So I will say that's the one thing that I'm a little disappointed with. So yeah, I wanted to share that last little thing. So I didn't want everything to be roses. So, but yeah, I just confirmed you do get $100 in free product. You just download the app, you use the code, pick out what you want, go from there, guys. Win-win. Hopefully you guys have as much fun picking out stuff and opening the stuff. Let me know what you get good. All right, guys and girls, now we are into the random stream of consciousness that is Hayfro right now. I've got some notes, I've got some things to read, and I just want to start some dialogues, kick this year off. I realize I have been missing MIA for a while, and I have been thoroughly enjoying myself. And, ever since Maria has gotten back, it's just been, the holidays, It's been relaxing, just getting away, not having the responsibility to make content. I think I was burned out a little bit. I was just enjoying watching. I've been binge watching The Office, and I started Rick and Morty, and I highly recommend both of them. Yeah, I'm on season 4 of The Office now, season 2 of Rick and Morty, and laughter certainly does heal a lot. You can see that I'm back banished into the upstairs office. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Let's see, where do we want to start? Oh, I want to share an experience that I had on Facebook Marketplace the other day. I got another takedown, another listing that violated Facebook policy. You know what it was? It was a collection of old theater play musical stubs, ticket stubs. Now, I don't know if they thought that I was trying to sell, be a scalper. So they send me a message. They're like, oh, this violates Facebook Marketplace policy. I appeal it. I'm like, these are 20 years old. They're just old, used, different ticket stubs from theaters. Expecting them to overturn it and say, oh, okay, we made a mistake. Nope. They're like, no, this violates. So either A, they don't want to accept and that they made a mistake, or B, does it really violate? To me, it's just old ephemera. It doesn't make any sense. And I think that for that reason, that you can't talk to anybody, you can't actually appeal anybody, and like I said in the past, I just expect my marketplace privilege to be taken away at some point in time for no reason at all. Maria asked me a question the other day. Has anybody out there ever lost their Facebook marketplace? And what did you do? Were you able to appeal it? Were you able to get it back? It's really frustrating. I mean, kudos to eBay for at least having somebody that you can talk to with customer service. It's not always easy to get somebody on the phone, but at least reasoning prevails a good majority of the time on eBay. Not always, but I don't want to give them too much credit, right? But yeah, it's really frustrating. All right. Maria and we did a live on Christmas Eve of Christmas Eve, and it was a lot of fun. And in it, I asked a question: if you could describe eBay in one word for 2023, what would it be? And I know a lot. Looking at the amount of views that it got versus how many views I normally get, I'm guessing a lot of people weren't there, and I get it, it's the holidays. So I wanted to ask you guys that question, and I'm gonna quickly read through some of the adjectives that people tossed out there, and I have one more that I want to add: disappoint, betrayal, adaptability, roller coaster, diversification, personalize, stonewall, dissonance, blindsided, alopecia, chaotic, and I'm going to add another one: paranoia. And that's going to segue into something that I just realized today. And what I mean by paranoia is it's very easy to start to think it's you, that you're doing something wrong, that your items are not selling, but we all know that that's not the case. It's just they're not being shown. And I had the best December I've ever had in all my years of reselling. December for my account, not for Maria's account, but for my store, I had my December beat every other month. That's never happened. And then December 31st, I had a 0 day. And then, which I'm okay with that. But then I want to say the first couple days of the year were super slow. I think on Maria's store there was a 0 day. I think on the first, maybe I sold one item. So it's almost like you start to get paranoid. It's like, did I have a 0 day at the end of the year because eBay is like, okay, he's reached his limit. This is we're not going to give him any more sales. That's what I mean by paranoia. You start to think, why am I not having sales? And then today, I was looking at my sales on my one store, and I'm like, oh wow, that was an organic sale. Oh, that was an organic sale. And I'm like, wow, these are all organic sales. I'm like, how lucky. And then I look, and my campaign had run out on December 31st for both of my stores. So December 31st, and they normally expire like very early in the morning for me. Like I want to say like 6 or 7 a.m. And I don't often think to check. And so now I'm thinking that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't have any sales on the 31st, or the reason why my sales have been so slow. Because I was on Primo yesterday and we were talking about sales, and I was telling them about, I had a blowout, really amazing December. And then, since the 31st, things have been kind of weird. And I'm like, why? I'm like, what did I do? Is eBay just back to its normal, hijinks? I know Jack was having some really good days, and then his sales dried up. I know James is having some issues. Nash messaged me, and he basically echoed what Jack and I were just talking about, and kind of like what I said yesterday on Primo's Live. Is there was a period in time in December where things were starting to feel normal, almost exuberant on some level. Like sales were just really rocking. Obviously, seasonality played a huge factor in that. But I said yesterday on Primo's Live, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like eBay is back to, doing something. There's something behind the scenes going on. I'm really interested to hear how you guys' sales are doing for the last 4 or 5 days. Good, bad, normal, irregular. Have you had any 0 days? Do you feel like you're getting shut off in the evenings? Do you feel like the thing is in general, I don't actually feel like I really ever get shut off. Like sales just kind of trickle in all the time. I don't get a lot of overnight sales, I will say that. But yeah, let me know. I've really been out of the loop. I have not been watching much reseller content at all. I really just wanted to kind of take a break, clear my head, and enjoy, the holiday family. Just enjoy having some time. I was able to get lots listed. I feel like I was able to start to get into some grooves again. And then today, I look again, like I said, I noticed that my promoted listings have expired on both accounts December 31st. And it makes sense. It makes complete sense why sales have been the way that they are. And it's just like, this is just further fuel for the annoyance, the anger that I have towards eBay with the whole promoted listings. Like, if you don't promote at all, you don't get any sales. And that's not the way that it should be. It shouldn't be that you have to promote just to get some sales, right? Like, we already pay a store fee. We already, we're already paying for the right to sell on eBay, to have a functioning website where people can actually search for what you're looking for. But for them to just, blatantly just hide things, it's just not cool. It's not cool, and it's frustrating. And, I don't believe that. I believe it is it's bad. It's bad in my opinion. I continue to believe that they're anti-seller. Let's fee the sellers as much as we possibly can is going to be a theme that is going to be damaging to eBay in the long term. Until I can wrap my head around what their business strategy is, other than let's just make as much as we can off of the sellers, then yeah, I don't know. I have something I want to read. Let me find it first. I have a conversation that I'm going to read to you that Jack sent to me. J.L. Stanton, for those of you who don't know, he's very known for writing a lot because he has a lot to say. And if you took the time to actually read what he's saying, he makes a lot of sense. He's been a reseller his entire life, and he wrote this to me, and I thought, you know what? I need to share this with other people because I want, the ongoing theme of this channel is engagement. And I'm interested in what you guys think. This is not just me getting up on a pillar and talking. Anybody can do that. And that's not what I'm about. I want to hear your guys' feedback. So I'm going to read this to you. And, let me know what your thoughts are on this. So he had messaged me and he goes, I'm going to be doing my regular resets as they do help. Because I think we were talking about whether, resets had been ineffective or if eBay's done something. And I agree with him. They do help to a certain degree, but they're certainly not as effective, but it's better than nothing. If there was anything that we could do in 2023 that worked to any degree, is the reset. That is the only thing. So many channels, we try to provide ideas and things to do of how to get around slow sales. The reset was the only thing, in my opinion, that actually did anything. They don't work as well as they had, but they do still seem to give some bump. Would be nice if eBay would just let our items be viewed without all the BS. I need to get stats for what eBay is doing, figuring out if it is really making them money. I'd love to be able to find out how many sellers are leaving or cross-listing or quitting, period. Do we know how much revenue they actually made off their promoted listings? I see the up 39%, but I don't see how it related to actual revenue. The way I see it, if they lose revenue off of sales and gain the same off of promoted listings, then there's no real gain. But there's a huge loss due to all the cross-listing and leaving. That would mean a straight up loss in overall revenue as well as long-term health. Now, in Jamie's world, if he's trying to get more tenure in, he will absolutely have to bump up promoted to 5%. 1% more could be normal. 5% is desperation. I know that I've joked. It's not really a joke, but that they're going to be at least pumping it up to 3% minimum promoted listings, probably maybe 5%, which Jack is speculating. No, one more note. I started my campaigns again, and I figured I might as well use this as an opportunity to lower what I was promoting at. So currently right now on both stores, I'm promoting at 3.1%. Haven't had a sale yet since I reapplied my campaigns, my promoted listings campaigns, and that was a couple hours ago. So it'll be interesting to see how the next 4 days in sales differ from the previous 4 days in sales. Where will the growth come from? I'd have loved for a reporter who asked about if eBay was actively trying to attract new accounts, follow it up with, seeing as you're not going to answer that, I can only assume you aren't actively pursuing new accounts, because I believe Jamie just ignored that question. If that's so, where will eBay's growth come from in the future? If it's through promoted listings, how is that sustainable 2 to 5 years down the road? When reporting, you have to be ready with the hard follow-ups depending on the answer given. It's like an old choose your own adventure, only you're the dungeon master and Jamie is the one playing the game. When he refuses the answer, it takes him to a new question adventure, which can be tragic for him. I'm on a rant or a train of thought. I truly do wonder where we're going with eBay, as there is no real consistency other than poor sales now. I could bump my store up to outrageous promoted listing fees, but it won't help. It hasn't. I believe I'm going to have to go hardcore in district next month and create that environment where my niche people can go and start listing. So let me know what your guys' thoughts on that. Is this accurate? Is it inaccurate? If you know, let's have a conversation. That's kind of one thing that I feel proud of on this channel, is that I truly do welcome everybody's trains of thoughts. I've not blocked anybody on this channel ever, and I have no plans to. And I don't. If somebody is going to write something in the comment section, my logic and my thinking is I've got to answer it, because if I don't answer it, it's just going to stay there in my back office. And I would rather just answer it and be done with it than delete it or block it or, avoid it, whatever. So the next thing I want to talk about is I want to give my closing thoughts on the Google Offsite ads. A couple days left. So it was like December 29th. I was only in the like $45 range because I had done a reset prior. So it affected what I wanted to do was try to use all $100 credits. That's what I was trying to do. So on the 29th, I ended up upping my per dollar fee to like $20 or $25, trying to take advantage. And there were some weird things, some weird math going on. Like one day I ended at $56, however many clicks. And then the next day it was only showing 48. I was only able to get it to go up to $56.30. That was all I was able to use. For some reason, it wasn't using all the balance of the day that I wanted to. It was just, I don't know. It was very weird. I ended up only ever selling 2 items. And the total sales of those 2 items, according to eBay, was $125. That's what is inside the back office. But really, it was like $86 in what I made after final value fees. The reason I'm mentioning this is eBay, there's a couple statistics in here. There's ROAS, sales conversion rate, and average CPC. I'm only going to focus on the ROAS, the return on ad spend. This number boggles my head, and I know Biff Boffo is very intelligent when it comes to this, and I'm going to read something about that he left on it just to further this engagement and see if there's anything else anybody else has to add. But the reason I'm focusing on it is because they have this number in here. So they obviously eBay wants you to focus on it. Right now it shows 2.22. And that's because it's taking the sales and eBay is factoring the sale as the price of the item, the shipping and handling, and the tax. And then they're dividing that by your ad fees. So the total in here is $125 divided by $56. But that is not an accurate number. That is not an accurate ROAS. When you subtract the shipping and handling and you subtract the tax, as I said, and the final value fees, it should be subtracting that. You get like $86. So if you take 86 divided by 56, you're looking at this number, 1.53, which is a disastrous ROAS as well. Now, the point is, bottom line, I spent $56 of eBay's money to sell 2 items, which netted me $86. No business model out there is this. Not only is this not a viable advertising strategy, in my opinion, to eBay resellers, it is actually it is actually a destructive force in your business. The eBay offsite ads. Convince me otherwise. Yes, it will work for some people. I believe that percentage is probably 2% or less of anybody who uses it. That is not, in my opinion, good odds. Now, as I said, convince me otherwise. If you've had success with it, the only person that I have even heard speak positively of it is James. It's worked for him. Maybe it's because he has so many listings. I don't know. Maybe not enough time has passed. I mean, it's still relatively new. I am interested as the months go by to see how it works in his business, because he's the only one. I encourage people to use it because it would have been easier for people to use it and to know how it affects and how effective it is for you while you're still using it on eBay's dime, as they were offering $100. Biff Boffo, he said, I'm pretty sure the $100 coupon that everyone used for offsite ads will be counted as ad revenue, with the losses being accounted through the marketing budget. It will be interesting to see how eBay cooks the books for Q4. Your 3.1, at the time, this is him responding to a video when my ROAS was 3.17. As you can see, it basically halved that. It's the same as using promoted listings at 31.5%. Add on your 13% base fee, and yes, you are giving eBay almost half. A true partnership! Exclamation. Sarcasm, by the way. Remember, ROAS equals 100% PL. Your ROAS goes up as your promoted listings goes down. A simple inverse function. Once people understand this idea, ROAS is not a revealing metric at all. I've been trying to communicate the hollowness of ROAS as a metric from the very beginning, and in my efforts to be persuasive, I have become abrasive, and I regret that deeply. I just feel that this was an important message to get out there, because I don't really understand, there's just certain things I'm just not that intelligent on. I can admit I don't really even, I'm reading these words, but it's not really sinking into me. All I know at the bottom line is, am I making money when I make a sale? And that is really the most important thing. Am I making money when you take out everything? Go back to that $86. So when you subtract it from the $56, that's not counting my cost of goods. I'm trying to remember what I sold. And I can't remember what the two were. I think one was a comic set. I mean, I probably had $10 into both of those. So you would have to subtract $10 from that 86. Let's just do that. So let's do 76 divided by 56. Now you're looking at 1.35 ROAS. All I know, I don't need to know what that ROAS is to know that would have been a horrible strategy to pay for offsite ads. One more comment by Biff. This is the Biff Boffo show, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. I try to write comments down whenever I hear them, and I feel like they need to be shared because there's a conversation there. And he basically had asked, I think it was in one of the premieres that I did, is that he's looking at Pinterest to help drive external views. Has anyone had success? Biff, have you had any further success doing that? If you wanted to elaborate a little bit more as to how you are using it, what you're hoping to accomplish, and if anybody else has had any other success using that. I know what Pinterest is. I think I have an account that I've never used. But anything that we can use to drive traffic, whether it's eBay, whether it's the district, whether it's wherever you want to drive traffic to, I would love, I'm all ears if other people know. And so I wanted to share that, and I wanted to hopefully get someone else to elaborate a little bit more on that. I was thinking about this the other day, about zero sales days. I do not believe anybody who has X amount of items in your store. Like, for example, if you've got 3,000 items in your store, you should never have a sales day, a zero sales day. Like, it just should never happen unless search is being manipulated or you're being suppressed in some capacity. It should just never happen. It would be like a retail store having a zero sales day. It doesn't happen. And like, I remember I was listening to a channel, And the topic of the conversation was I don't really want to talk about who it was because it's not important. What's important was the message that was being discussed was how eBay should regulate your sales. Now, I remember months and months ago, back when all this stuff was happening in April and May, and speculation was running rampant, conspiracy theories were running rampant. There was all this talk about does eBay cap your sales? Like back then, it was like a question. It was like a hypothetical theory. And to be honest with you, this is a theory that I have had since 2014, because when I opened up a second eBay store, it was because I felt like my first eBay store was capped. So my logic was, I'll open up another eBay store and that will be my workaround. So this is something that I have had on my mind in the back burner for almost 9 years. I mean, we're at 2024 now. Wow, 10 years. But for the last decade, it's something. But I've never really given it that much thought because, I've never really looked into it, because when I did open another store, I guess I did get more sales. It might not have been a true, doubling of my sales. Well, I know it wasn't. But I did get more sales. And I guess it was just a simple matter of like, I was comfortable. I was just kind of on cruise control. I was doing my own thing. And then April, May hit. And that's when eBay, throttled not just me, they throttled everybody. Like, it's not even a question. And this particular channel was essentially saying that eBay throttling sales was a good thing, because maybe this person was being, not getting their orders out on time. Maybe they were trying to do too many things. And so, and we all know eBay has that responsible throttling of sales, and that's fine and all. But what about the people who are doing everything right, who are shipping their orders out on time, who are, 100% feedback or close to it, like reasonable? 100% feedback right now it's not even like the standard, in my opinion. It's like, because buyers can do whatever they want to do. That actually reminds me, I do want to talk about something. A feedback experience that I had. All right, if I can remember that. And I just remember watching this video and thinking to myself, no, it's not okay for eBay to throttle, just blanket throttle everybody, especially if the seller is doing everything right. You look at their metrics, they're clean, and it's not okay to just, it's almost like the concept that eBay throttles people now, it's not even a conspiracy theory, whereas before it was. And so I guess my whole point in all of this thought right now is how we've moved into this area where we used to kind of question whether or not our sales have throttled, to now we know that they do and we almost accept it. It's almost the same as we know we used to make X amount of money and now we don't. And that's okay. Like, we're just accepting it. Like, we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't change anything in our business. But it's almost like we're getting beat down enough that we're just taking it. We're as if, oh, this is just the way it is, right? And if you say anything to the contrary, then it's your stuff. It's what you're selling. And that actually brings me to a very important concept of eBay store shaming. And I think that this is something that we as a community, we are way better than this. And it's very petty. Like, if you're store shaming people, I have never said a bad word about anybody's what they're selling, because I know eventually everything sells. And the things that don't sell, you're going to end up either taking down at some point, or you're going to maybe lot it up. Maybe you'll donate it, but it's not for me to say to you, you shouldn't be selling that, right? Especially if you had numbers that supported the sales of these, whatever it is you're selling. And then suddenly overnight it changed. It's not you. It's not you. And I think when people resort to eBay store shaming, it says a lot about their character. And I think that people who do that, it's not okay. It's not okay now. It's not okay ever. It's almost like we're back in elementary school and we're bringing in stuff for show and tell. And somebody brings in something and someone else is making fun of them for bringing in something that might, be personal to them. Yes, it's not quite the same, but I just find that people who criticize what other people are selling, why? What is the agenda there? What is the point of that? And I just thought of that today, and I just wanted to get that concept out there and let me. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. The other day, I got a return. A customer bought a VHS tape off of me. It was brand new. It was sealed. It had a tear in the cellophane around it. It was disclosed in the description, and then on the back there were a couple like dents in the VCR tape as well, where it was sealed. And the guy messaged me. He's like, I want to return this. This isn't new. It's got a tear in the thing. And he took pictures of it. And he goes, maybe the seller sent it to me by accident. But either way, I'd like to return it. Now, it was like literally like I was just going to bed. It was very late. And I don't like to leave things unattended. And I looked at it. At first I thought, oh, this guy's trying to scam me. But then I look at the pictures and I look at the listing. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. But then I thought, well, I didn't physically write that there was a little bit of like pin dents on the back. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to refund them. And I don't want to deal with it. It wasn't a lot of money. It was like $15. I don't want to deal with it. And I said in the return, you can write a little note. I'm like, this was the item in the pictures. You can see the tear in the cellophane. I disclosed that in the description box. And then he left feedback, and I want to read his feedback. I made a mistake not looking at the description correctly, and I purchased an item thinking it was perfectly sealed. The seller made it right and still gave me my refund. This seller is genuine, and I would recommend doing business with. Now, I've since blocked this guy because I have a policy. If I refund anybody for anything, they're an automatic block. Jack pointed something out when I was sharing this experience with him. He says he made a mistake. I made a mistake is the first thing he said. And then he said the seller made it right. And I think that this is the fault of the eBay feedback, kind of everything. It's like we as sellers feel like we have to bend over backwards and do everything possible for fear of some sort of retribution. Because the reason I just refunded him and I told him to keep the tape is because I could see if this went to, whatever arbitration or whatever eBay calls it when they get involved, is the fact that I didn't state that there was like a little bit of like creases and damage on the back, even though it was still sealed. New to me is sealed. and I did disclose the tear in the cellophane, but new to him was no tears in the cellophane, even though it said it in the description. But I was just like, I want to deal with it. But the problem here is that he made the mistake, but I'm the one who made it right. And I feel like that is like an entitlement mentality that a lot of buyers have. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. All right, I think I need to wrap this up because I think this is a pretty long video. There's going to be some what sold at the end, and that won't get us current. There will be some more in the next video. Thank you guys for watching if you're still watching. And as a reminder, if you download that with the Teemu, you do get $100 in free product, right? And I didn't even know that that was what I was going to be able to offer you guys. I thought I was just going to get some stuff, talk about it, share with you like a link and whatever. I don't even know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. If there's a good turnout of people who get stuff, there might be some future sponsorship opportunities. If not, it was fun to do one time. But you know, I feel good about being able to give you guys $100 worth of stuff. I think that's pretty awesome. Go order some stuff. The link and everything will be in the description box. You use the code, you pick out what you want, and yeah, let me know what you get. Let me know, you know. Oh, the a little update on the keychain thing that it doesn't work very well, especially when you're outside. It picks up a lot of noise. It always goes off. So I would, you know, full disclosure, I'm gonna say what I feel. I'm always gonna say what I feel, guys. That's not gonna change. And I don't believe that pointing out things that are clearly wrong, I don't believe that that's being negative, that's being factual. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I do not plan to be absent as long as I have. I plan on making another video in a couple days when I have things that I want to talk about, guys. So if you're still here and you're not subscribed, and I know that there's lots of people who watch my content and aren't subscribed, consider doing so. It's nice to see expansion. It's nice to see that there are people, you know, benefiting from this content. It further motivates me to make more in the future. Feed that YouTube algo, do all the things, like, subscribe, comment, dislike if you don't like it. I wish you could tell me why you don't like it, but that might open up a whole nother can of worms. Anyhow, Happy New Year's, everybody, and we will see you guys soon. Peace and blessings. All right, so there are 4 comics here. They're all Stan Lee meets various people. Amazing Spider-Man, Thing, Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer. These were pretty popular to get signed when Stan Lee was alive. But these 4 sold for $28, including shipping and handling. A couple Captain America comics, nothing special. In fact, these did not sell for much. $11, including shipping. This Volkswagen hat, which I actually wanted to keep for myself. It just, you know, sometimes you put a hat on and it just fits so nicely. But this one sold for $24, including shipping, so I decided to let that go. Fantastic Four hardcover, nothing special about that. 19 shipped. A Whale Named Henry by M. Wiley Blanchett. This thing actually sold for $34 plus 18 shipping and handling because it was going to Chile. And I mean, I don't know if there's anything special about this, if it's hard to find. I mean, it's about a killer whale named Henry. But I mean, to pay over $50 to get this, you know, sometimes kids' books, especially if maybe this was something that, you know, maybe the buyer has some kind of nostalgia, but I don't even remember buying this, to be honest with you. I probably picked it up at a garage sale for next to nothing. A couple buttons sold. This Why Not International Women's Day and Women United for a Non-Exploitive New Age. Those 2 together, 20 shipped. This black and white Dove. It is vintage. This one sold for $19, including shipping. It's pretty cool looking. Anyhow, Blake Shelton, new, sealed, 20 shipped. Hollywood Love Songs, 16 shipped. That one is sealed as well. And then this is called Need New Body. I don't know anything about that one. I picked that up in a lot. Like a lot of very obscure titles, which I haven't even gotten any of them listed. That sold for $13, including shipping. This can opener, Sanguinet Automotive LTEE, Pontiac, Montreal. This, I did a little research on it. It's from the 1950s. That sold for, I accepted an offer for $16, including shipping. A Goran plaid hat. That sold for $28, including shipping. This Vision Streetwear. It's a Velcro wallet. Am I allowed to say Velcro on YouTube? Does Velcro have monopoly on the YouTube to say it? Little jokes there. Anyhow, that one sold for $26, including shipping. I try to pick up anything that has this old 80s look. I didn't know anything about this, but yeah, I think I paid like $3 for that. And then the Spider Woman, this is a Canadian price variant. That's why this got a premium for $38, including shipping. There were a few other sales. I'm not going to be a completist this time. I had a couple of local sales over the weekend, but nothing to write home about. All right, I had a few more sales come in. And I wanted to show you something in particular and talk about, so I figured I'd just catch you up on the other things that sold. This is a lot I accepted an offer on for 50, would have been what, 21, including shipping. They're just like some charms, like anime. It's a Doraemon keychain. All that sold for, as I said, 21 shipped. Michael Bernard Beckwith 3 CD set sold for 22 shipped. This is one of those guys that was on The Secret years ago. This Vancouver blue bus pin, this sold for $10, including shipping. This Inuvik 50 years pin back, this sold for $11, including shipping. One thing I wanted, so I had multiples of this, and when I relisted it, I don't know why it changed, but look at this. Look at what they're suggesting for promoted listings. It was at 16%. When I relisted it, I don't know why I created a new listing. I shouldn't have, but maybe I was adjusting something and I noticed that the ad rate was at 16%, but it's now jumped back down to 12.5%. I just made like a mental note to myself how ridiculous of a suggested shipping handling, promoted listings rate that was. Now, I want to give props to eBay for doing something. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but they have added this little custom label, the SKU here. So it makes a huge difference that you don't actually have to like log back in or view and edit the listing. Before, you'd have to like edit the listing to go in and look at the SKU. So major props for them for adding that. I know that we had suggested it. I mean, I've always suggested it to eBay every time. Well, not every time, but whenever I think about it, because that was a pain. And then there was, let's see here, this remote sold for $22 plus shipping. This comic sold for $17 plus shipping. This foreign manga, every time I did a reset, I got watchers on this. I was just glad finally, because I don't like the same, when I do resets, I don't like it when the same listings keep showing up as to send offers to watchers, because I don't want to bombard my viewers of my store with the same kind of like people who have these things in their watch list. So every time something sells that is fits in one of those categories, I'm always like, oh, I'm just glad it's gone. Now, the last thing that I just sold right now was this Banksy limited edition print. The reason I wanted to talk about this and share this story with you, I don't know if you guys will remember, I bartered some stickers from a local Vancouver eatery that is no longer in existence. And this particular person contacted me on Craigslist, and he said he was interested in these stickers. I had them listed for $20, and he gave me 2 of these Banksy posters plus a patch of something that I can't remember what it was. And one of these posters sold for $50 plus $15 shipping and handling because it was going to China. So I sold something going to Chile this weekend, and this is the first time I've ever sent something to China. So it does have tracking. It's actually going to cost me a little less than 10, but I always kind of charge a little bit more when I kind of add like an international shipping tax when, but I mean, I think $15 to China is pretty reasonable anyhow. So yeah, that concludes the rest of my sales for the weekend.